Anyway, as you can see, I'm all bundled up for the winter storm surely to come. 1 to 2 feet, they said on the radio earlier. I was listening. It's yeah, it's awful. I think we got like a blizzard warning because of all how high the wind's gonna be, and oh boy. I was at Walmart earlier. It was like it was a zoo. I mean, a Friday afternoon, everybody's getting out of work, and today's the last day really to prepare for the storm. Yeah, I mean, it was a madhouse. And I'm driving past these car dealerships in Old Saybrook, which is, you know, where the Walmart is, where everything is, kind of south of where we live. And boy, they were, I think, at least half of the dealerships had just pulled all their cars in because they were scared, probably, that they were going to be completely covered with snow, buried in. And what do you expect? I mean, we probably are going to get buried in. 1 to 2 feet of snow is no small figure. Speaking of small figures, there's this tiny little old, I think it's like a BMW or a Mercedes ahead of me. It's just a tiny little thing. I don't know how a car can be that small. Looks like it's from the 1980s, I'd say. Maybe the 70s. I'll turn the camera around in a second if I can get the courage to, once we get to an area where it's slow enough and there's no heavy traffic. Look at that tiny little thing. That's like a Ford Focus. That's really small. But look at that tiny little thing. We get to see it turn into the liquor store, of course. Look at that. That's tiny. I think that says Chevrolet, though. That said Chevrolet on it, so I want to know what Chevy was built that small. Yikes. I thought that was one of those Euro cars. I mean, you expect those to be tiny because they're economical, but not a Chevrolet, that's for sure. When I think of Chevrolet, I think of like a pickup truck or an SUV. The gas station right now is... Let me put my viewfinder back. The gas station right now is ultra mobbed. I mean, that place is packed. The only pump that's free right now is the one that's broken, and look at it, there's people out there that are filling up all their jerry cans too, full of fuel. That motherfucker. So I'll be a son of a bitch. School closings. Oh, that's just our school saying no afternoon activities. Well, what did you expect? Look at the river's already... The river's already snowed over, but the banks are not... No snow whatsoever. Barrel that they got going there now. Hold on a second. There's the abandoned piano factory. You can see the mural. So yeah, isn't that kind of cool? And there's always the water tower right next to it. Then there's good old Clark's Pond, which I think is probably full of ice sport players. No, it's empty right now. Because this pond freezes over pretty quick usually. So, I mean, this is the spot to be when it's cold and snowy and freezing. But surprisingly, nobody's here. That is interesting. How weird. Alright, well, I gotta make a tricky maneuver. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this. So, I'll update later. Probably. Well, I was able to clear out the entire garage, enough to get the truck in, which is honestly a miracle in itself. And brought in all the food I got at Walmart, everything else, and some winter clothes, my backpack. So yeah, it looks like it's gonna be quite the storm out here. It's already sticking a tiny bit. Just a tinge of white on everything. Oh, something's going on over at the neighbor's house. I almost never see life over there because it's just basically a big shed out there. So to see somebody out there, it's actually kind of surprising. I almost never see him out there. But yeah. The sun's just set a few minutes ago. And the snow's kind of at a lull for a minute. It's very light. But it's about to get a whole lot worse. It's about to get a whole lot worse. Hopefully not too bad. So we'll see. Thankfully the house is nice and warm. The lights are still on for now. Hopefully they stay on. I've got my supplies and I'm about as ready as I could be. Making some macaroni and cheese. And a bit spilled. Yikes. I had some more water. I didn't realize it was getting this low. Where's my stirrer? Oh yeah. These are getting nice and ripened. Yum yum. Should be ready in a couple minutes. Hey Mickey. What do you think of the storm? Oh, you don't like the camera? You're shy? Come here, bud. I don't got anything big to move anymore. Good boy. Yes. Yes, good boy. You ready for the snow? It'll be taller than you tomorrow. What? Good boy. Left the pantry door open. I got some Cheez-Its in there too that I put in earlier. Very nice. Yes, this is going to be quite the storm. I know it's kind of dark. I'm trying to get a little view of the front yard. All bare and everything. Here's a good little peekaboo through the window. There. That's what it looks like out in front. No snow on the ground, no nothing. And we'll see how deep it is tomorrow morning. And it's gonna go all the way through tomorrow. And it's gonna go through Sunday as well, they say. So hopefully school gets canceled on Monday and the lights just flickered, even though the snow has just started and the wind hasn't even started yet. And the lights are already flickering. Not excited for this. There's our Christmas tree. Probably going to take that down while we have some inside time tomorrow. It's a fake one, and it's what, January 28th now. Ooh. 15 inches of snow expected in the next 24 hours. Wow. Well, geez. I wasn't expecting that much. I was thinking more on the lower end of 12, but... oh, Christmas tree. Yeesh. But that's all I can say. And I will update later. Alright, we finished up our yummy mac and cheese. Looks scrumptious. And we're home alone, really. I'm gonna have to ride this one out by myself mostly. My mother's out at a physics lab till I think 10 o'clock. So I hope she makes it home okay. But we're gonna be snowed in by morning. Boy, it couldn't have come on like the middle of the week either. It had to come on the weekend, so it's not like we get to miss a few days at school. Sucks, doesn't it, Mickey? It's really coming down now. Well, it is morning. About 9 o'clock in the morning. And boy, is the snow falling. Oof. Wind's going in every different direction, although it's not very fast right now. I don't even know if it's gonna pick up. There's probably at least 8 or so inches on the ground, though I'm not 100% yet. And it's almost up to the tire swing out there. You can't really see through all those mesh bits. That sucks. But yeah, it's almost up to the tire out there. I think it's supposed to snow for another 6 or 7 hours, I'd say. No, maybe 8 or 9. So this is just the beginning. But who knows? There's still a lot more snow to fall. We still have power, thank goodness, because otherwise I'd be freezing my butt off right now. But I'm gonna go shovel. I'm probably gonna shovel right now, and then I'll have to end up shoveling later as well. But you know, yeah.
And just as I was about to go out, a huge drift fell off the roof and put all the snow right back again. I was like, I took Mickey out there and he's like, he doesn't like the deep snow.
Depending upon where you are in the state.
Poor guy.
Stinging.
It's light, it's fluffy.
Well,
Nice
actually,
and fluffy,
temperatures
at least.
teens and 20s. The numbers are actually
I think
dropping.
we should maybe get out
Wind chill
there.
values single
I'm
digits
about
above
to,
and below
yeah.
zero.
Yeah.
Not
You know, we
fun,
have an
but,
extension cord in the
but I'm
basement.
sure
You didn't need to
it's
buy
kind of
another
like in
one.
the summertime when the kids just run right into the cold.
We have that
water.
yellow one.
They just
You know that?
Oh, yeah. I
You
don't
don't
know.
need to buy another one.
But the
But
grown-ups do.
they say there's a low chance
we're
of
getting a lot
losing
photos
power.
in, and by the
Yeah,
way,
yeah, I
photo
thought there
or
was
video
at
you'd like to
first.
share with us, you can
They
just,
said there was a
upload it
decent
right
chance,
from
but
our
they
NBC
changed their
News
mind.
app.
Low,
If
yeah.
you want to email it, you can share it at nbcconnecticut.com. We've got Chris Bishop. There's a snow report so far. South Killingly, 9 inches
South
of snow.
Killingly, 9 inches.
Just 35 miles per hour for at least 3 hours. So we're getting close there. It's been pretty locked in for the last couple of hours. 30-mile-per-hour wind sustained. And when I say sustained, that means that's constant wind that's blowing. So our reporters that are outside, they're taking breaks, of course, but that constant wind blowing, that's why Heidi mentioned it's not really fun to be out and playing in this right now. 24-mile-per-hour sustained in Chester. And here are some local gusts. 31-mile-per-hour wind in Hartford, 37 in Willimantic. You got Stonington at 36. And there's that 47 that sticks out in Groton. All right, live first alert Doppler. You see the solid areas of blue, but notice these dark shadings in here.
Wow.
These are the bands that we have been talking about. Notice how it's really setting up here. We're talking 2, 3, 4 inches an hour now. Eastern Massachusetts, and at times on Cape Cod and the Islands. And let's
Can't even
show
see
you
the
how
street
long
up
this
there.
will last on First Alert Future Radar. So taking you through the next couple of hours here. First Alert Future Radar wants to shut the snow down.
Yeah, it's
just like that. But
real
the
windy.
intensity of the snow certainly as we head afternoon. This is 2 p.m. But notice 2 p.m. still showing some moderate snow through the Hartford area.
Worse than it was yesterday night.
Wallingford, New Haven
Goodness.
County as well. New Haven, Norwich, Wyndham, Killingly, and Groton still in that heavy snow band. Certainly, we start to shut things down closer toward dinner time and after sunset, but still some lingering snow in the east. So, we're still thinking 12 to 18 inches. We're already almost at the lower end of the scale already.
Yeah, we're almost at 12 right now, Mo.
In some locations here, we're closing in on 9 to 10 inches or so. Through the Hartford area, you're noticing the snow is just not as heavy, but still thinking we'll get into at least the lower end of the scale here. So western portions of these counties, you notice.
Got my scarf on. It's very cold. Very snowy.
4 to 8, I think we'll be on the lower end, probably 4 to 8, and 4, 5, 6 inches of snow in the western portion of the state, certainly.
I like the snow, but
Likelihood, we're already seeing
I also hate shoveling it.
amounts through Litchfield County. Here's the good news. We have good cleanup weather for Sunday. I think this evening, even though the snow stops, still going to be very windy. That snow blowing everywhere, so kind of undoing the work that you did. Better
Whoa.
weather tomorrow, a bit of a breeze, 25
51.
32 on Monday, and your eyes are not deceiving you. Thursday, chance of cracking 50 degrees. And a quick check of your shoreline highs, mid-20s for today. Wind chills solidly into the teens. This is a classic nor'easter that is packing a punch, especially if you live east of the river.
Hard to imagine 50 right now.
Yeah, it would feel so good.
It gives us something to look forward to,
Call
though.
it balmy.
Yeah.
And hey, if the governor says white wine is the go-to, I think that's
Well, that crosses all party lines. I don't care who you are. All right, 10:53, straight ahead. Our team coverage on this major nor'easter continues.
We're going to show you first alert Doppler radar, and as we take a look, you can see those darker areas of blue. Those are the heavier bands, and they are moving. Staying on top of it, every corner of the state. Next, we're going to check in on conditions in Old Saybrook, so stay with us.
That's right next to us.
Indonesia is announcing our virtual home show extravaganza. With pricing that only happens once a year for a limited time.
We're right near Old Saybrook, so that will be close to us. It's up to the fence over there. It's made it all the way up to over the first rung of the fence, which is at least a foot high. It's crazy. We'll take a peek outside. for a second. Wow. Barely see over that other house. Certainly can't see down to the neighbor's house out there. The wind is pretty bad out here too.
Like yesterday when grocery stores were completely mobbed, but we are seeing probably a dozen, maybe.
Right now in NBC, Connecticut at 11. The snow is picking up in some parts of the state. We're looking at a major nor'easter coming right through Connecticut. You can see Doppler radar there on the left.
It's a very light, it's a light
right.
fluffy
You can see
snow.
that snow is blowing. Snowfall totals are expected to be in double digits, especially in the southeastern part of the state. We are staying on top of the storm throughout the day.
Good Saturday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. If you've been with us,
Good practice for me.
where else you can go, right? Hunker down, stay cozy.
Maybe even more important where it's headed from here is meteorologist Ryan Hanrahan.
All right, thanks a lot, Ted and Heidi. Hey, check this out. Look at New London right now. I mean,
Hey, guy in Old Saybrook.
trending west. Now, Mike Trout is the angel, the center fielder. He's a huge weather enthusiast. Most people don't know that, but he's like obsessed with the weather and snowstorms. And so he sent this out, and I said to Matt, I go, Matt, you need to up your game, and you need to be more involved with the weather. And look at you now. Look at where you wound up. How are
If only we knew how prophetic that tweet was going to be just 24 hours earlier before I even knew I would be out here. I also didn't know that Mike Trout was a big weather guy, but fellow Jersey guy, I'm all for it. And now that I'm in it, I'm into it too. I mean, it's fun. You said this is the worst of it, and it certainly feels that way. I mean, having been here for a few hours, there were some lulls where the wind wasn't as bad, but right now it's certainly picking up, Ryan.
Yeah, and so I'm looking on Main Street right now, and the visibility is really, it looks like it's gone down. Are you noticing the same there?
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like the heavy snow bands have sort of moved back into Old Saybrook.
Absolutely. The visibility is probably the worst it's been since we've been here. And we've been here since about 8:15, 8:30, if you just take them as much too. So it really just kind of is whiteout conditions
That,
here now.
fuck. It's always zoomed in.
The worst since we've been here in the last 3 hours.
That right there
Sounds like that's what's
was Old
more than
Saybrook,
done, I guess,
and
for
that
the next
is
couple hours.
Yeah, it looks like
right
we've got
next to
another
us,
couple hours.
so.
Matt Finkel, live for us in Old Saybrook, changing hats from
Basically
sports
what we're
to
going through
weather
right
coverage
now.
for a little bit. And Matt, next time Mike Trout sends out a tweet about the Euro or the NAM model, I'll make sure that you're tagged in it.
Oh, please, I'm going to retweet it. I'm learning more about weather every time, every second I'm out here. Right?
I love it. Matt Finkel, live in Old Saybrook. Thank you very much. Let's talk about the winds are whipping, winds gusting over 40 miles per hour down there in Old Saybrook, gusting to 44 at Groton. We're up now to 40 miles per hour in New Haven. So we're now at quarter-mile visibility in New Haven with a wind
Well, some of the
gust of 40
snow's blowing
miles per
up.
hour.
Oh,
Let's send things over
because
to
of the plow.
meteorologist Darren Sweeney. Darren, 40 miles an hour, quarter-mile visibility. New Haven's now getting to blizzard criteria.
Yeah, and we've been talking about it all morning long. Yes, New London County under a blizzard warning, but that does not mean that outside of New London County we're not going to get to blizzard criteria. What does it take to get to blizzard criteria? Ryan's been dropping some of these numbers here, some of these nuggets. Heavy and or blowing snow. We've got that in many locations. Winds sustained at 35 miles per hour, either sustained or frequent gusts, and we're certainly seeing that. Visibility less than a quarter of a mile. We are seeing that especially in places south and east. A little better visibility in portions of central Connecticut and western Connecticut. And this must occur for 3 hours. And we've been at this now in some locations, especially in New London County, for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So
Jeez.
we've got a few more hours to go. So we're getting very close there. I want to give you another snapshot of the wind speeds. Southern New England, especially all of New England.
The snow continues to pound us.
New Hampshire getting buffeted. 67 mile per hour wind gust.
And I'm gonna go shovel.
Newport. We've got 40
I have to.
plus mile per hour wind gusts here. We just had a gust of 36. Windsor locks in Hartford, so a lot of the windows are just kind of.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first annual garage door open to see how much snow we got. And boy am I excited for this one. Here we go. Oh, we've got a bit of snow. actually that much though. Looking at it, maybe a foot. The Crown Vic is completely snowed in. Look at that. Ain't seen nothing like it. Wow, some snow somehow got all the way up here. Some of those drifts, they blew all the way out the garage door. Crazy. Well, it's still very gusty. I mean, things are blowing around the floor of the garage. But, wow, how's the moped held up? Still tucked away in there. Still tucked away. Ooh, boy. Getting gusty. It's getting a bit gusty. Well, time to start up the snowblower. Look at this baby. Has never steered us wrong. Except for that last storm, because we forgot gas. As you can see, I am bundled up. And we're ready to go. Take some snow out of the driveway. Because boy is it needed. I'll update later on. And we'll probably take the truck out for a spin. It's the only good thing to drive in this weather. Oof. Alright. Wish me luck.
It's alive. My God, it's alive.
Oh, it took half an hour. But the snowblower has finally come to that. After years of not even using it. It's finally alive. Thank goodness. I think I would have died if I had to shovel this whole driveway by myself. With no cover machine. Thank goodness. And I'm gonna get out there and snow plow. Wish me luck. Alright, I just realized this. Look at how much snow has gotten into my hair. I didn't even see that earlier.
Western Connecticut.
Well, the storm continues.
I bet you it's not pleasant to be outside with the temperatures that drop through the teens.
And, as you can see, all my work is gone. It's all gone.
Ryan and I were looking at this little spin right here, another little spin up here. So it's a big storm, but it has multiple components to it. There's a lot of jet energy, a lot of dynamics to the storm that's playing into just fire hosing that moisture here. You can see that on the satellite and the radar. When I put the radar on top of that there, you can see we've got more bands of snow to go. All right, so localized wind gusts. Look at that, 46 mile per hour gust in
That's
Chester.
right near us.
44 in Stonington. So hats off to our crews. And by the way, our crews they don't stand out there the entire time. We limit the time that they can be out there.
Try not to get water on the wood stove, it
chance
makes
to
it
warm
rust.
up, certainly.
Okay.
But they're getting
They gotta
battered
get on
by
here.
winds of
Sorry.
to 50 miles per hour. Even Hartford and Wissahickon getting gusts over 30. So here's first alert: future wind gusts. By 3-4 o'clock, we're still getting frequent gusts over 40 miles per hour. 40 mile per hour gust in Torrington, 46 in New Milford. As we head into this evening, the snow will start to wind down west to east, but you still have wind gusts estimated 40, 50 miles per hour. That means if you start to clear away the driveway, Mother Nature may just blow that snow right back where it came from. So the visibility, we're down to a quarter of a mile. So we're into the thick of it, the peak of the storm.
You've seen us attire. I've worked, I'm in Connecticut, Maine, I've lived in Mass, I've lived in Utah. I need to retire somewhere warm. But the point here is that you need to have a sunny outlook during these times. So we brought the beach chair. We're gonna set it up. We're gonna relax for a second. It was also blowing away earlier. Set that up. We have our snow monster goggles. He's been keeping us informed. And we have, thanks to my sister-in-law, this darling, it's a TV news camera wine glass. We have frozen water. I mean, what is better than that? It's warming up.
Well, most of the storm's finally over. Just finished up running the snowblower out here. And look at that. Look at that beautiful job. I call that a job well done. Except for I didn't get the Crown Vic out of its snowy coffin right there, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. I'll clean it off at some point. Guy's supposed to be coming to get it here soon. But snow looks like it's stopped falling. I don't see any in front of the lamp. I think it's just about done here. But I just want to show off the beautiful job I did. 'Cause honestly, I think that looks pretty sick. If I do say so myself. And my dear mother, bless her soul, has shoveled out a little walkway out back. You can't really see, can you? Shit. Actually, maybe I can somehow change it to be a little bit brighter. Oh, I can't set, it says can't set during recording, but there's a nice path back here, trust me. So, the whole family's been getting it done today. Proud of us. We ended up getting about 16, 17 inches. So, about what they were expecting. So, good job to those weathermen. Maybe it'll be me someday, right? We'll see. But, as of right now, I think I'm going to go inside, have some hot cocoa, and then enjoy myself. Because I need a break. That's about it for Winter Storm Bobby. So, we're driving through the streets of Connecticut right after this big old snowstorm. And I noticed that they didn't really finish plowing. They just kind of threw some salt on it at the end to kind of make up for what they didn't do. Now, let me just be the first to say, thank goodness for four-wheel drive. Because otherwise I would be sliding down the hill back there right into another car. I'm sure it's already happened somewhere in this town by now. Ooh. Jesus. Oh, God. It's always a little scary when you come close to another vehicle. Well, it's nice and wide up here. But it's weird. Everybody's kind of sharing the road now. Like, this woman right before I started filming was walking her dog. Alright, here we go. We're not going to take this turn very nicely. We actually took that turn very nicely. But it's always really nice to be in the snow, you know, it's picturesque. Even if it is a bit of a hazard to travel. Right now my computer's broke, and I kind of need one, you know, because I'm technologically reliant at this point. And this generation, how can you not be? And so I'm taking it to Best Buy right now, hopefully to get it fixed up. I think it's the hard drive that's the issue. Oh wow, some open road up here. Some visible street. That's pretty nice. The car shop is completely enclosed in snow. I don't know how they do that. Oh, there's a snowbank right on this side. On this side of the road, there's a snowbank. On the other side of the road, no snowbank. So I have to kind of push towards the center line, which I'm not exactly comfortable doing. But I have to. Alright, now that we're on like actual pavement, we can kind of speed it up. But it's nice out here. Everybody seems to be making do pretty well today. Definitely less people out there, but the people who are out there, they're probably in something with four-wheel drive. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do once I have to get rid of this truck. I really don't know. I'm gonna have to buy something with four-wheel drive, otherwise I'm a dead man. But I guess we'll see. Anyway, I'll start filming later when it gets nice again.